before I go any further, I want to thank Wheezy Waiter for allowing me to borrow bits of his video for this one. And if you want to see the whole video, go and click the link up above. There was a video put out by Wheezy Waiter the other day, which covered something I battle with personally, and that is perfection. In my case, videos are never as good in reality as what they are in my head, and if I'm not careful, this means that I put off doing anything until eventually everything is as right as possible, or, at worst case scenario, postponing videos altogether. This is something I've covered a few times, and by and large I've identified the various problems and then I've gone on to fix them, but it does still remain a big issue for me. Coincidentally, this past week I put out a video on what an MMR is, and I had a script ready to go weeks back. I needed my family out of the apartment for about 30 minutes because that's how quick I can hang a green screen behind me, set up my auto cue, try to sort out any audio and lighting problems, and then do my shoot and put everything away again. All I needed was for the other half to basically just get the kids away from my immediate vicinity for a bit so that I had some peace and quiet, especially for the audio. As a father, during weekends when I normally film this stuff, this is about as rare an occurrence as a blue whale visiting the White House. But the moment did come. So I quickly put up my green screen, got the audio sorted out, queued up the teleprompter, I let things rip, and in my rush I had already forgotten my additional lights, which led to a visible distortion in the fabric of space and time, or at least the fabric of my jeans, which now had a fuzzy edge to them. Because I film in one of the kids' bedrooms that, my kids, they have this annoying 7-year-old habit of treating the floor like it's a new form of storage, my tripod and sound was too far away from where I was because I just physically couldn't get close enough to it. So this meant that my audio being recorded was about as tinny and echoey as it could possibly be instead of crisp. But I wouldn't know this until I reached post-production. At this point I hit a technical problem. There was something about how I was saying a certain phrase which would cause "Hey Siri" to stop my iPad, which I'm using as my teleprompter, and so this stopped my recording twice, like my flow just got obliterated. Is a secure place where customers can connect to one or more carriers. This area enables Having disabled that feature just so that I could finish reading my script, I got my take done, and then I tore everything down and put it all away, and at this point I realised that I had lost my headphones. So now I had to edit using laptop speakers on top of having what was already bad audio. The end result was that the video prior to this one, it wasn't my best work. I can make a split-second decision on most things, but when it came down to that last video, I almost didn't release it. Now if you watch the Wheezy Waiter video, he lists a bunch of reasons that resonated with me about the perfectionism and the reasons that you can come up with that will stop you from doing certain things. And my final logic that personally won out was that I had to do something, anything, but the information within it should still be valuable to some people. Okay, the audio was not great, and the video was not great, and I sounded tinny, and I had undefined legs, but I had to take a leap before another week went by and no video. The irony in all of this was the act of trying to make that video and the coincidental timing of the Wheezy Waiter video meant that I suddenly had a real-world example to dovetail off the back of his. This part of the Wheezy Waiter video really resonated with me.
Get ideas that are too big and I don't have enough time to do them, or I make compromises to meet a deadline. I race the clock. I analyze what I could have done better. So I always feel like I'm not doing as good as I could have, and my time is always filled up no matter how much time there is. If I ever do get a chance to relax, I'm usually thinking about what I should be doing instead.
I put out that video knowing that it could have been done better, and you people do give me frequent feedback about issues, and I do read the comments and I do take these things into account. Of course, a sense of perfectionism does not equate to proficiency in skills. Not even in the slightest. But I am still learning techniques and experimenting with things, and so in that context, this sense of perfectionism is almost like a brake that tries to slow things down or stop them altogether. If you like these videos, give them a thumbs up. If you want to see more, hit subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.